You've not met Donald Trump, right?
No.
I feel like he likes you.
No.
I do. Because I think, see, I don't think he would ever admit it, but I think when somebody's aggressive and funny, they hit his radar. And he did speak about you once.
How about this new one they have? Their new star, Crockett. How about her? Is that real? Are they serious about that? That's their new star? If that's their new star, they're in serious trouble. I mean, this is Crockett. Oh, man, oh, man. But we've done a job, but they've totally lost their confidence. And it's a hard thing when you lose your confidence. But they've taken a lot of beatings, and now they're going to rely on Crockett to bring them back. Crockett's going to bring them back.
Why does he yell your name? Crockett, over and over. And then they're going to bring Crockett.
I actually had not watched the clip. That's my very first time. My team was aware.
And what does Crockett think of that clip?
I mean, it says a lot when you literally are supposed to be the leader of the free world and you're worried about a rising sophomore in the House.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Or you wish she was...
YouTube, good afternoon, happy Monday. So, I'm back from New York. New York was phenomenal. I have a vlog of my New York trip. The vlog is not the best. I went back and watched it, and apparently I have some clips that are out of order. It still shows that, you know, I went to the theater, I had a phenomenal time, but I have to do much better with my editing, so I'm just gonna have to, you know, be better, and I will going forward. But if you guys wanna check that out, it is the video before this video, and it's just a video of basically it was a day and a half in New York. I went to see Hamilton and I went to see Wicked. They both were phenomenal. It was my first time seeing Wicked. Wicked was so good. Hamilton is always great, but Wicked was so good. It kind of shocked me how good it was. The singing, I think the main character, I think she used to be like a backup singer for Beyonce or something like that. They were basically announcing her credentials. She's done a lot and her voice is very strong. It was a really, really nice show. So if you guys can, if you get the opportunity, I would highly recommend Wicked. And of course, like I said, Hamilton is highly recommend. I mean, that's an understatement for Hamilton, and everybody know it. Like, the show's been running for forever. It's an extremely successful show. Hamilton is just phenomenal. But this video is about Donald Trump and him basically calling Jasmine Crockett low IQ. So you guys already know, I love Jasmine Crockett. I support her. She's very accomplished, very successful. She is a lawyer. She's now in her basically her sophomore year of Congress. So she's been in Congress. This is her second term. She's very accomplished, very articulate, very smart. But Donald Trump likes to say these kind of idiotic things about Black women in particular, but he says them about other people. But it's his go-to, his go-to assault on Black women. And it's so, okay, at first I was like, I don't even want to make the video because he's ridiculous. Like, he's just ridiculous. His his acolytes, his people, they're ridiculous with these kind of things because it's very clear that Jasmine is educated and she's very successful and she's very accomplished. So this is not about her actual IQ. This is something that he likes to do, and people who kind of follow him and his cult leaders, this is what they like to do to women and Black women in particular. And so I was driving thinking to myself, Donald Trump has by far the most incompetent administration that I've seen in a very, very long time. So it's really rich that he likes to call people low IQ and they're stupid and they're dumb as a rock when he literally have the most mediocre white men, let's be honest and frank, that I've seen in those positions. He has Pete Hegseth as the Secretary of Defense. Like, their only qualifications really is the fact that they will do whatever he says, and they're sycophants. They will do absolutely anything he says. They're going to follow him like they are in a cult, and those are their only true credentials, the only qualifications that he cared about. And so the fact that he thinks like calling, it's so funny to me because I was thinking to myself, like, Jasmine should be honored, because to be called something like that by him, a person who had a professor. He had a professor to come out and say that the professor basically said that Donald Trump was the dumbest student he had ever had. Do you know how many students professors at large universities see? If they're a professor, even if they are a professor for only 10 years, do you know, and apparently this guy was a professor for longer, but do you know how many students that man had to encounter and teach and mold and all of these things? And he found Donald Trump to be the dumbest of all of the students he's ever seen. However, Donald Trump finds value antagonizing and attacking women by calling them stupid. And it's not, like I said, it's not about actual intelligence. It's not about actual credentials or accomplishments or anything else. We know what it's about. And yes, people are going to say, oh, he's called men that, he's called white women that, but not to the same degree. Because do we need to revisit all of the black women that he has tagged with this idiotic, stupid kind of punchline? He said it about Fonnie Willis. He said it about Letitia James. He said it about Kamala Harris. He said it about all of these women that challenges him. And like Jasmine said, the women that are in power and that holds him accountable. And normally the people who hold him accountable are black women. So with Letitia James, Donald Trump is like, oh, she's this and she's stupid and she's incompetent. But a person that's so stupid, so low IQ, was able to get you convicted, and now you have to pay the state of New York for all of this money that you basically did fraud and got them out of. So how is it that this woman that is so much so unintelligent and stupid, how is she continuously beating you? She continuously beat you in court all the time. He and Letitia James, I believe, they had more than one court battle, because I think his administration tried to sue her for something. And so you guys keep going back and forth to court, and her stuff, whenever you try to sue her or whenever you take her to court, you lose. And whenever she take you to court, she wins. So if she's incompetent, low IQ, stupid, idiotic, whatever, and she's winning against you and she's beating you, what does that make you? Because how are you not able to win and beat this incompetent person? She's less than you, right? She's not as intelligent as you. So how is she continuously beating you? You don't like it when people hold you accountable and people are not afraid of you. And that's what black women represent to you, because those are the ones that are calling you out. I'm sure you're not happy that 92% of black women voted for Kamala Harris. And regardless to whatever people feel about Kamala Harris, she's very accomplished. You know what Kamala Harris, let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. You know what Kamala Harris' downfall was? Outside of this country being racist and sexist for the most part. Because if you believe racism and sexism didn't play a part in this election, I don't even want to talk to you, because I think you need to be mentally evaluated. So we know that played a part. But her other issue, and I wouldn't necessarily, I suppose it can be an issue if you want to have a position. I'm trying to think about it. It absolutely is an issue, and it can be interpreted as a downfall because of the position and the role that she would have played. Kamala Harris is not the best speaker. It's not about intelligence. It's not about, I just had a conversation with somebody about this. It's articulation more so than intelligence. And people, unfortunately, confuse the two. Being articulate and being intelligent are two completely different things. there's a lot of people who speak well and don't say shit. So yes, you sound like you're smart, but if you actually listen to them, it's like, what the fuck? What did you just say? It sounded good, but it didn't have no weight on it. So, okay. I much rather be intelligent than articulate. Now, what I will say is, because a lot of people look at the way you speak, how clear you speak, and they equate that to intelligence. It's not the same thing. And like I said, Kamala Harris is very accomplished. She's very successful. She's done phenomenal things in her life, but she don't speak the best. Barack Obama was phenomenal at speaking. He was of course highly intelligent, highly accomplished, all of the things, but one of his greatest assets was he spoke very well. Very well. He had the intelligence, the credentials, the accomplishments. He had all of that to back it, but he spoke very, very well. Kamala Harris has all of the things. She's highly intelligent. She has the accomplishments. She has the credentials. She has all of the things, but she don't speak as well. That played a part. That played a part, unfortunately. Now, what I will say, Donald Trump don't speak well, not intelligent, but we know what country we live in. It's more acceptable for them. Mediocrity is more acceptable for them, not for us. We know that. We know that that's a reality in this country. And it's unfortunate, but you have to play within the parameters, even when they're not fair. And that's unfortunate and it's painful. But it's almost like you have to play the game until you're in a position where you can change the game. And like I said, I voted for Kamala. I was very, very, very proud to vote for Kamala. And I'm going to be proud of that decision for the rest of my life. It wasn't a decision to be made because there was no alternative. It was no alternative. Like, you vote for Kamala Harris or you stay home. And I was not going to stay at home. Because the other option is, and so when I seen Donald Trump, he said it in an interview, basically called Jasmine Crockett low IQ. He said it when he was doing some kind of speech. And like I said, this is something he likes to say about women, black women in particular. And his kind, his cult, his acolytes, his sycophants, they eat it up. They eat it up because they don't critically think. They think what he tells them to think. They don't sit with themselves and say, okay, this woman is a lawyer, she's in Congress, she has this degree, she has the juris degree, like she has all of these credentials. That's asinine. They don't think that way because they think what Donald Trump tells them to think. And they're not reasonable and rational, and that's why they support him. Because anybody with any kind of just intelligence is like, okay, Donald, ciao. And it's so funny to me that you have Pete Hegseth, who's basically sharing our national security and war plans over a text message, which is the most incompetent shit ever. He's fine with him. He's fine with him because their mediocrity is more acceptable. Them being basic, them making mistakes, them doing things that's actually dangerous to our national security is more acceptable because of their identity and because they're sycophants. So, Jasmine Crockett, sweetie, I love you. I'm riding with you 1000%. You should be proud. You should be proud to be called anything by this man, anything other than a friend. Because if he called you a friend, I would be worried about that. Like, it's so funny with this Stephen A. Smith, I was about to say Miller, Stephen A. Smith thing where Donald Trump says that, like, all these great things about Stephen A. Smith, and I'm like, that shouldn't be nothing you want. You should not want to, because first of all, he's doing it as I have so many speculations regarding that. I have so many speculations why Donald Trump is speaking so highly of Stephen A. Smith. But I don't have any tolerance for Stephen A. Smith or Donald Trump, so I don't pay much attention to them. But when he said Jasmine Crockett name, you can go play with somebody else. And you can leave that one alone because we love her and we ran for her. And she's more intelligent, accomplished, and competent than anybody that you have working for you. He has Robert F. Kennedy working for him. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Pete Hegseth is Secretary of Defense. Got caught twice sharing war plans over text message and adding his wife and his brother to his text exchange and allowing them in meetings and all of these things. This shit is weird, unprecedented. Like, I'm so sick of hearing people say unprecedented. Everything he does is that. So it's like him, even with the thing with the Pope, like, this is the reason that I'm like, yes, this is absolutely a cult. There's things that he do that should offend every single human. And they're like, oh, this is why he's the president. It's okay. Shit is weird. But I just wanted to give my 2 cents because you guys know I love Jasmine Crockett. You guys know I'm a huge fan and I just think the world of her. So the fact that Donald Trump is like, baby, go play with somebody else. Matter of fact, what you need to do is go over there with Pete Hegseth and you need to replace him, but you're not going to because he's a sycophant and he'll do your bidding and do whatever you want. You got people calling him the DUI hire. He's so worried about DEI. Every time I see him, it's given that he just had a bourbon right before he started speaking. But Jasmine Crockett is a problem, and she's low IQ. Okay. So that was my commentary about you guys' president and his ridiculousness of the week. I mean, of the day, because the week, child, we got a long list. When I seen that picture of him dressed as the Pope, or whatever, if they did AI, whatever it is that they did, but I see him as the Pope, I was like, this shit is crazy. Like, do you know how many books are going to be written about this time? Do you know how much? Like, because there's going to come a time that I think the jig is going to be up. Everybody's going to realize that this is a cult. We are living under some weird ass times. Everybody's going to get to the point eventually, because we know we live in the United States of amnesia. We know we live in a country that don't like to admit its faults. So it's not going to happen quick. But eventually, I think most of the country is going to get on board that this is some fuck shit. Eventually. Right now, it's like every time you say something that's rational, it's like you have Trump derangement syndrome. No, you in a cult. You are in a cult. And you don't realize it. And that's scary. But eventually, I think eventually people are going to be like, yeah, that was some weird shit. That was some weird shit. Like Donald Trump, both presidencies, and the fact how people just follow and do his bidding and just I think there's going to be a time, hopefully sooner than because I think it's going to take a long time, which is very bad for this country. But I think eventually there's going to be a time where people are going to be like, okay, yeah, that was some weird shit. And even people who support him, not all of them are going to be saved. Some of them, they're going to go to their grave with that shit. But I think some of them are going to eventually, hopefully, get to the point where it's like, yeah, we was tripping. Like tripping. Like, I don't know. Because I look at it and it's like, I kind of sort of want to feel bad, and then I kind of sort of is just like, y'all need to be deprogrammed. The shit is weird. It's weird. Have you ever talked to a Trump supporter? It's weird. What the fuck? They be like, and then when they can't explain his behavior, Joe Biden did it. Are we fucking 5 years old? When your 5-year-old come in the house and you say, what is that on your face? Oh, I was eating dirt. And you like, you was what? Well, little Joey was eating dirt. But like the Joe Biden did it tagline disturbs me because you're hearing it from adults. That's the type of shit kids say that somebody else did it as a justification for their behavior. But we're continuously hearing it from adults. Y'all not nervous? I am scared for our nation. Like that adults find that to be a good argument, like a good justification for somebody. Well, Trump did that. Okay, Joe Biden did it too. The fuck? I don't know. But I'm still tired from my trip. I got back last night, late last night, and I just been kind of lackadaisical and laying around, just whatever today. But I seen the clip of Donald Trump basically attacking my girl, and I'm like, I'm so, ugh. You got Pete Hegseth, literally known on social media as the DUI hire, leaking war plans, but your goal is to attack black women and attack Jasmine Crockett. Okay, that seems pretty productive. You guys like, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys in the morning. Bye.